Hello everyone, Spud here, and in today's video I want to talk about Ubisoft and The Division in particular. Now, like everyone else on the internet right now, I've been playing The Division a lot. I actually just got it today, unfortunately, because I had to wait for money. But so far I've been really enjoying the game. I'm looking forward to getting to endgame, even though that's currently pretty bland. I have a theory that their new Incursions update will sort of help fix that, and hopefully it'll arrive before I'm at level 30. But that being said, I want to talk about graphical downgrading and how Ubisoft is sort of making a bad habit of doing it. The last, couple games that they've released have been like, sort of big titles like Watch Dogs, Rainbow Six Siege, and The Division have all had graphical downgrades. Even though Siege's was only a very slight downgrade, if you go and look at the destruction in the original E3 demo, it's a pretty different. It was pretty different than what you get in the actual game, and I consider that to be a graphical downgrade, even though that could be argued for gameplay purposes. But in The Division, it looks pretty much nowhere close to how good that first E3 trailer was, especially their Snowdrop Engine showcase video. I'll link it down in the description below, because that looked so freaking amazing. And here's the thing though, even though it looks really good, I am convinced that high-end hardware could run it. I'm convinced that people with 980 Ti's in their rigs could run that and run it well. Just like how modders actually found the original freaking graphical settings for Watch Dogs and actually got their games running really well with them, even though it was said that they had disabled those settings for stability reasons. It always seems kind of shady, and I did some research online, and there's a couple of theories out there, and the one I want to talk about is console parity. And I find this idea to be completely and utterly ridiculous, because there will never be true parity between console and PC gaming. There shouldn't be. They're completely different beasts. Console gaming and PC gaming, they're different. And to try and make them the same, all that's going to do is just make your PC players dissatisfied with their experience, because oftentimes they do spend those high dollar amounts on PCs that can run these games at their best quality. I think the best example of a good game designed for PC and that knows it should be different from console was Battlefield. And like Battlefield 3 on PS3 and on PC was essentially two completely different games. They played differently, at different pacing, and they definitely look different. But guess what? Battlefield 3 still sold amazing on console. And on PC, well, it still did really good too. And I fail to see any sort of market share that Ubisoft would have lost by keeping, these versions of the games different. By trying to make, your console have the same experience or a similar experience to the PC, I just don't get it, because I don't really think that console players really care if they're getting a graphically worse experience. And they already know that. That's what they're signing up for with the console gaming platform. They're doing it for more of the ease of use and sort of the reliability of a console compared to a PC. But they don't really care as much about the graphics. They know that they're going to get worse graphics. All they care is that the game runs well and looks, good enough. So why would you hobble your other platform, which is going to be a huge part of your sales if people are pissed off about a graphical downgrade? Now, at the very least, if you're going to do something like this, then don't show off a really high-end version of the game to try and build up hype. If you're going to show off graphics, those graphics should exist in the core game. I mean, I don't get what Ubisoft think they can achieve by downgrading all the graphics all the time and essentially disappointing their player base. By downgrading the graphics, you are literally guaranteeing people will bring up the downgrade, which will be a disappointment. When otherwise, if they had not ever shown the high graphic version, trailers, they should have shown what was actually there in The Division, I think The Division would actually be praised for its graphics. The game still looks pretty damn good. Like, I'm not running Ultra. I can't. I've only got 970, which can't do Ultra in this game, which I'm kind of bummed about. But it still looks pretty fantastic. And I'm running around 80 to 90 FPS while recording. I do drop a bit, but that's because 60 FPS recording kind of takes a toll on my machine. But yeah, anyways, the game still looks great, and if this downgrade wasn't such a big thing, then I don't even think people would have really ever harped in this game about the graphics. They're pretty damn good, and it's just seeing what it could have been is what makes us feel wanting, because we want those E3 graphics, we want those E3 visuals, and it's like Ubisoft is sort of dangling this really pretty picture in front of us and then yanking it away. And so, like, either they need to just stop doing the whole console parity issue and just stop downgrading, or just show off the already downgraded version, so that the people don't get a false, picture for their game. Because of this trend that they've been doing this, I'm actually worried about Ghost Recon Wildlands. The game looks like it's going to be graphically amazing, but we'll see, because this is a Ubisoft game and they're probably going to downgrade it. Anyways, guys, I'm going to link an article down below where I've sort of read some of this. It's not a scholarly source, but it's just something I wanted to talk about. So if you want to look at it for yourself, I'll link it down there, as well as I will also link the original Snowdrop Engine Showcase trailer. And yeah, so anyways, guys, if you watched, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys all on the next one. Bye-bye.